Hiya, it's LindaLee, and we've been working on the Floral Motivational Junk Journal, and I wanted to show you. I've got the pages done, and it's kind of almost doubled in width on the page side of things. I'm not going to show it to you right now, but you can kind of see the little finger crimple ruffle that I got in there, and I've got some lace on some of the edges, so it's not just, the seam binding. I've been calling it ribbon, but it's really seam binding on the edge of some of the pages, and so this is all decorated, and now I'm just needing to figure out what to do with the cover. And I totally changed my mind. I really like what I got going on here, but I don't feel that it's right for this journal or this person. Just going on, my intuitive senses and with what I've done with the other part of the journal. I love this, but not for today. So I totally went a different route because I felt I needed something lighter and a little more vibrant. So instead of being kind of on the vintagey side of things, we're going shabby chic. So I have some eyelet fabric that I've layered a couple layers because you can kind of see through it to the green cover. And I'm actually going to stitch this together tomorrow. I'm not going to do it tonight. It's just too much. And then I'm going to build on top of it, I'm still going to do some layering up of stuff, but it's not going to be as heavy. It's not going to be as dark. I might still pull over the pink flowers. I don't know. Or arrange them a little differently, maybe. I don't know really what I'm going to do just yet, but it's going to be lighter. So, I can still, I almost don't even want to bring in the crocheted doily. Maybe, do some kind of like applique stuff. So if I were to stuff this in here, so it's a little bit of an alligator mouth, but that's okay. So let's see if I can flip this over. So this eyelet fabric is only so wide, so I got kind of the little tattered edge, and the piece that I have underneath, I have it folded so it's got a clean edge for the top, and then I have this repeated underneath this little frayed edge. I thought about shortening it a little bit, but I don't want to start taking away too much. I'm just going to stitch it probably with pink thread and kind of let it take its shape tomorrow. I feel a little better about it. I did confer with the individual who commissioned the journal, and she was kind of on board with it too. She liked the other one, but we both like this better. It just feels better. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm not doing it tonight, though I'm doing it tomorrow. So I'll probably just put the two videos together, and I will see you, in your world in a minute, in mine tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody. Hiya, it's LindaLee, and welcome back. The only thing is, it's not first thing in the morning, it's actually after dinner. We had a whole change of events today, and so now I'm just finally sitting back here. I did get some sewing done earlier today, like I said I was going to. I stitched around the edge of the different layers of eyelet material with a zigzag stitch in the little pink thread, like I said I was going to. This is the back side. It's a shame that it's all going to get covered up, but this is going to actually ultimately get glued to the book. I did use this ribbon material that I got in a rack. it already made it into the pile of my stuff, so I lost track of who gave it to me, but whoever did, thank you very much. And I made a little pocket out of it and just kind of rolled the netting part of it so that it was a little thicker, and I stitched and made the pocket. And then these 3 appliques or little ribbon flowers were on the meshing, and then these 2 I actually glued on, and I had parchment paper in there while they dried. They should be pretty dry now. This one I haven't glued on just yet. I'm ultimately going to wait, I think, for that one until I get this all glued and the nameplate placed. I have the name in it. I just can't show it to you just in case that individual is someone who watches. I don't even really know for sure. So, but that's something that I do with every journal. You know, I hold back just a little bit because ultimately I want something to be a surprise, right? So anyway, I did get a little more of this done than I originally had planned, you know, not being on camera, but most of it was sewing anyways. So now I'm going to glue this onto the book, and then it has to actually sit and dry. I am going to use Fabri-Tac, which actually is pretty fast setting, but at the same time, I don't want to put any undue stress on it. So we're going to let it sit, and then we're going to come back together again. As far as the signatures are concerned, everything is done. I got everything finished. I did a little bit of, you know, decorating on every other few pages, even if it was just a flower without, you know, all kinds of other stuff. But yeah, I got that done. So there's a quick little flip through of the beginning parts of it. What else? Oh, before I changed the thread in my sewing machine, I worked on a little booklet that I'm going to stuff in one of the pockets using, you know, the little ribbon. So I got some of the ribbon flowers, some I think in each signature, except for the first one. I don't think I got any in that, at least just yet. But it's just got, you know, a little billfold type of thing, and and my intention was to make this into a pad, a scrappy pad, but I just ended up stitching a pocket into it, so I just kind of left it as it is for now. But then any kind of little pad can be inserted in here and then used, you know, notepad wise. So let's get to gluing, and then we'll sew in the signatures, okay? I've never done a cover this way. I don't know why not, because I actually really like it. And this here, I'm actually going to glue it directly to the book. It's going to overflow every single edge all the way around, just a wee bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue one half, and then you know, bend it and glue the other half. So it's not quite as thick. I think there's 3 layers on the front side and only 2 layers on the back. That's just kind of how it ended up working out with the amount of fabric I really had. I think what I'm going to do is glue like this part first, and then roll the fabric over to wherever it's going to land. And then we'll add more glue. The tricky part is going to be sewing in the signatures. So the Fabri-Tac won't seep all the way through the fabric, but at least this way I know that everything is kind of centered. And we're just going to let it set for a few moments. I'll probably time lapse a little of this. Hopefully I have the camera pushed out enough that you can kind of see what I'm doing. It's been a crazy day, guys. Very crazy. We had gotten some news that we had some potential COVID exposure. So that's really what the day was waiting and getting tested, waiting for results. But everything is good. Everybody's okay. Fortunately, that's all good news. And we know for certain that, you know, we're negative. And we're just going to go ahead and glue a little bit closer. So by doing it kind of in pieces, I just ensure that I don't end up sticking it down wrong and then, you know, having to peel it up and do it all again. That's at least my mind thought. And now we'll push it over a little closer. So this part right here is like 3-ply. I have the first piece that's left over, and then I have this other piece that's kind of folded, but it wasn't long enough to be 3-ply beyond like the spine piece. This little flower hasn't been attached yet, so I just kind of, I was started to do too much off camera again. I apologize for that, but you know, it's just time consuming, tedious stuff anyways, so you get to see the good bits. I did get some flowers to do another eco dye over the weekend. So we've got that to look forward to. So I'm going to be kind of in between projects for a few days, and I get to do some of that kind of stuff. So I don't know exactly why I'm doing this right-handed. As you all know, well, most of you know, I'm left-handed. I kind of do that every now and then. Stuff that doesn't make sense. Okay, so see how that comes just over the edge just a little bit. And it's just slightly taller and just slightly longer. Oh no, you know what I forgot? You know what I forgot? I forgot the ribbon that I was going to glue underneath here across so that it tied shut. Okay, so I guess we have to work out a different detail, huh? So we'll have to tie it on the outside, which is fine. I'm okay with that. Maybe I can do something with the eyelet material, the fabric. Aw. Alright, so that's probably pretty stuck. And now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue here, and I'm going to avoid this, and then I'm going to glue here. That way, where I'm poking, you know, needles through, I'm not fighting with glue. So that's my plan, at least for that. It'll give the back of the book a little wiggle room. Got a little goober on here. I can't believe I forgot the ribbon. Oh well. It's not the end of the world. Actually, you know what? I don't even think I need to glue there. I'm just going to glue here. Sorry. I'm going to need new fabric tack. We do go through a lot of materials, don't we? I tell you, remember I told you I had all kinds of editing I had to kind of do because I had way too much pulled. I'm not using as much, as not even close to what I had pulled for this journal, because it got so fat just in regular decorating. So in the corners, I want to just make sure that it won't lift up. So I got a good amount of gob there. Blob, gob, glue. All right. And then I'm just going to let this sit for a little bit of time before we start struggling with the signatures. Okay. So now when we put it all together, we still have to sew. I've got pink waxed thread to sew them in, and 3 signatures. So I got to do, probably I'll draw, you know, some dots for where I want to do my needle. But there it is. Now I don't have anything stuffed in it yet. It's just the regular decorating that's been done. So that's how it's going to sit before it's bundled shut and before I have stuff inserted in the pockets. So, not too bad. That's where it will naturally fall, but spacing wise where to go. Spacing. So whether or not where I poke it here, at least my holes will be the right. You don't have to use a big black Sharpie for that. I'm not sure why I did, but because I'm not thinking and I'm nervous and I hate doing this on camera. And my hands are giving me a hard time. So I have arthritis in my hands, and it seems that the end of the day isn't necessarily the best time for me to be doing this, but that's when it's happening. I wonder if I have a thimble close by. bit. But anyway, everything is sewn in. Everything, the cover actually survived all that handling, and everything, you know, is pretty centered. Well, yeah, that part is good. It's just this part isn't as straight as it could be. They're kind of all over the place. Sorry, it wasn't a very good demonstration. I might just skip the whole thing. I don't know. Record a different ending. Alrighty, so I'm not sure how much of that actual sewing in I'm going to show you. I might edit it out a lot. I think the phone has been recording for over an hour. But having this fabric on the outside really did inhibit my ability to kind of see where exactly I was kind of poking through. But it turned out, it looks good, and everything is in there nice and straight. And yeah, so I'm gonna just do the final bits and pieces to it, do a little bit of gluing. I gotta put the nameplate on, only I'll probably still hide this just in case the person that is gonna ultimately receive this sees before the gift. I don't want to ruin the surprise. Oh goodness. But we're going to get her ready for the final flip through. Thank you for enduring. That was an anguishing experience, probably for you more than me. But at the same time, it's done, and I love it. I love it. So I will see you in the next video, and we will be just doing a flip through, and then the series will be complete. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you in the next video. Be safe.